What's going on, awesome people? I would like to welcome you to another episode of the Why I Care Impact Retreat IG Live series. Happy Friday to all of you. I hope that you're healthy, that you're happy wherever you are. I do want to start off making two little quick announcements before we dive right in and explain what is the Why I Care series, and then I'm going to introduce my awesome guests today as well. In two little things very quickly. First of all, Purple Music. Hello, how are you? First thing is, I just want to kind of take a moment and send some love and prayers to everybody in Ukraine and just in general, everybody that is right now dealing with some incredible horror and tragedy, and all the children that are going through some traumatic experiences. So my heart, my positivity, my energy, my prayers are to those individuals that are being directly impacted. And I hope that the situation is resolved very peacefully, very quickly. Praying for sure. Second of all, DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia people. If you don't know yet, Friday, March 11th, we're coming back for Charshamba Suri. University of Maryland Iranian Students Foundation, my alma mater. We're looking forward to presenting an incredible event, outdoor experience, featuring DJ Kia and DJ Yazan. I'll be there personally as well, and I would love it if you could bring your friends and family to Hornbeck Plaza, right on campus, University of Maryland College Park, where it all began. Friday, March 11th. Click the link in my bio for more information. Now let's go and talk about the Why I Care IG Live series. So for those of you who don't know, on April 28th through... Hi, Otefe, how are you? What's up, Pedram? What's up, Tara? Love you guys for joining in. Please sit back, enjoy some chai, and just enjoy this conversation, and then spread the word about the Impact Retreat. So Impact Retreat, April 28th through May 1st. Our Unite and Conquer team is presenting the ultimate 4-day transformational experience, really, both personally and professionally, for modern day Persian entrepreneurs. That's right. It's an experience exclusively for Persians, primarily to bring us together, to unite us, to strengthen us, to be able to, hi Tara, to be able to really just uplift each other and to be able to take us to the next level and to just kind of hit on all components of mind, body, soul, spirit, while improving your sales, marketing, branding, promotions, anything that we can do to truly support each other. You know, I'm sure if you're Persian, you've always heard about "Na baba chara ba Irani chikar mikone," they don't support each other. Well, hey, you know what? I look at it this way. Don't just talk about other people not doing anything. If you want to be part of the solution, then step up and do something, you know. And here we are, a group of amazing Persians that have come together, and they've donated, truly donated and volunteered their time and expertise and experience to truly help 10 other Persian entrepreneurs to come and just rock it 4 days in Miami. I mean, if you click the link in my bio, please do. Click the link in the bio and then share it with your favorite Persian entrepreneurs. You know how they always say in America, you know, support your favorite small business? Well, support your favorite Persian entrepreneur. If you're not even a Persian entrepreneur, just share it. Just tell them to take a look at it. Because if they look at the itinerary, if they look at the presenters, if they look at who is putting their heart and soul into creating an amazing experience for Persians so that we together can be of better service to the Persian community and bridge a gap between us and the rest of the world, then why are we not doing it? You know, so I need your all support. We need to get the word out. We don't have $1 million ad budget. We're doing grassroots promotion. That's why we're doing the IG Lives. That's why we're doing the Why I Care, because I want all of you to listen to all these amazing presenters and share why they've decided to lend their time and talent to join me in the effort of creating the retreat. And so I want you guys to just meet them one-on-one. On Wednesday, I had Sepide Evazi. Yesterday, I had Kia Kondori. And today, we have the amazing Behjat Khani. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring her in so you get to know this incredible human being that has blessed us with her presence and her kindness and her smile. And it's just going to be a great time. So here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There she is.
Hi.
Hi, Behjat. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Great as well. So good to see you on here.
Same here. Same here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being a part of the Unite and Conquer 2022 Impact Retreat in Miami. And,
Yes,
it's
Miami. I
wonderful.
made it.
You're going to have to come all the way across the bridge and come from downtown Miami to South Beach. You know, it's great. You're going to have the least amount of commute besides myself.
Well, I had a long commute before coming from LA.
That is true. Well, hey, you know what? Speaking of LA and just your background in general, for those who don't know you, could you please kind of give a little background about yourself personally and professionally?
Sure. Well, I left Iran at the age of 15 and I moved to Germany. It was kind of a mutual decision by my father and I and my whole family, even though I didn't want to leave. And kind of, he had better ideas for my future education, personal, professionally. And so I lived in Germany for about 8 to 9 years, went to school and got an amazing education. And then at age 23, I all of a sudden decided, I want to move to United States.
At that point, you can make your own decisions.
Yes, of course, because they're so far away. So I made the decision to come to United States, and first I went to San Francisco, and then I ended up in LA. Started going to school and getting another education and getting married, and that's all I wanted to do at that time. And having kids and being a mom, being a wife, and that kind of, life is very interesting and it takes its own turn, even though, you do all this planning. And so somewhere midway, I don't know, I started asking these questions about life and where's my life going? My daughters were growing up. What's my purpose here? In in life and on earth. And as and I'm sure most people know that we all have a purpose here to fulfill. So one day I went to Barnes and Nobles and I came across the book of Buddha and I read his life story. I was so fascinated by him being able to leave the castle, and he was a prince, to leave the wealth and the wife and the family and to go on this self-discovery journey that I basically I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And so I studied Buddhism for a while and then it changed, and then I followed certain teachers and certain people very well known in the spiritual industry. And it just kind of went I went back to school. So I got my master's in social work because I did social work because I wanted to be able to help a lot of people from different, diverse backgrounds. So, children, family, individuals, and different cultures. So I went to USC, graduated with a master's, and started working, in the rehab world with addiction, mental health. And just, I love helping people and changing lives and making an impact. And it's been an amazing ride for past 12 years. And then I had another calling. So it changes, and as they say, when you make plans, God laughs. So it's like, I have something else in mind. I love that
True.
quote.
True.
So then I just decided that I want to become a coach, and I don't want to do so much clinical work, but I am in the helping business. I'm going to remain in the helping business. I love connecting, helping, changing lives. So, and that kind of, went into more holistic way. I got my certificate in yoga, meditation, and I would just run groups and just, that felt more aligned with me. But that's what I'm doing now. And yeah.
Yeah, so you've gone through an interesting path in the last couple of years as you have another calling, another purpose that you found, and I'm so grateful that Sippy, who was my guest on Wednesday, was one of the presenters of the retreat, connected us together, and it's almost like just the stars have aligned in a way where like you're making this new chapter happen, and we stumbled
Yep.
upon each other, and there was this void that I was trying to fill, which is the morning parts of this retreat, which is so essential for any retreat, of course, which is the setting the intention, the soulfulness, the yoga, the meditation. Tell me about how yoga and meditation has positively impacted you to the point where you're like, I don't just want to be a recipient of learning from this. I want to be the teacher. I want to be on the other side. So take us on the journey of how you fell in love with yoga, meditation, and why it's so important to you, where you're like, I want to go spread this love to other people. I want to spread this serenity and peace.
Absolutely. So I started doing yoga about 18 years ago. And, you know, when you start this journey, internally you feel very off and uncomfortable. It's very hard to explain, and I know people that gone through this transformation feel the same way. You know, you don't kind of see eye to eye with certain people that you were friends with. You know, your life kind of changes, and it's not in your control. And I have learned through meditation and yoga to surrender and to not try to be so much in control. And my mind goes overworks, you know, overtime. So I decided to go to this yoga studio that was close to our house. And the first time I got on the mat, because it was just me and me, there was my time, no kids, no husband, no running around the house and, you know, helping, pleasing everybody. And I started bawling. Like it all came to me, and everything that I was holding inside, it just came out. And my teacher was like, it's okay, it happens all the time. So, and it was just, I was relieved, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, what a practice, you know? So I just did yoga. I didn't want to become a teacher, but then down the line, I'm like, I love it so much. And of course, working with people that are struggling with addiction, you know, they suffer from mental illness, you know, whether it's depression, anxiety. So when I was introduced to meditation, I'm like, wow, what a great tool to have to teach my clients to be able to lessen their anxiety and not be so dependent on medication, you know, and you know, I saw wonders. I mean, this is, and one of my clients actually suggested that I should do a recording because my voice kind of puts him to sleep, which of course I didn't do, but I mean, it was
Mine does too, but for the wrong reasons. They literally just get bored and they fall asleep. But it's good to know that it
yeah,
works for you.
like I'm like, oh great, that's what I wanted to accomplish. So it did wonders for me and for my clients. So I decided to kind of take it, you know, another step further. And you know, I always say I'm a teacher, but I'm also always a student of life. So
I love that.
always
That's
learning.
beautiful. So, so you know, now you're in this chapter where, I mean, I can only imagine the emotional and the mental drain that it takes for professionals like yours to work with um, individuals who are addicted or mental health issues. How were you able to combat that? I mean, like it seems like you were just like there's a phase that you just have to kind of go to the next chapter because it brings you down. How were you able to like, you know, deal with all that stress that you had to deal with every single day, the stress of others, you know?
Yeah. That's a great question because, you know, as you said, us as professionals, we also have to take care of ourselves. You know, self-care is very important. So if I can't fill up my own cup, I cannot fill up somebody else's cup, right?
Right.
So you know, I just started creating this amazing toolbox that I would later also share with my friends and my clients, you know, yoga, meditation, and I took on hiking. You know, I seriously started training for, I love nature. And I think the best place is to just go to nature. And, you know, I started talking to nature and just release everything that I needed and then, you know, come back to. So I made sure that I take time for myself, you know, whether it's a walk or a hike or a swim or, you know, even getting together with friends and laughter, you know,
Some me time.
me time, absolutely.
Me time.
So if I don't care about me,
Yeah,
I cannot care about another human being. So
that makes sense.
yeah.
So as you're doing this transition to now helping other people through yoga and meditation, um, what drew you about the retreat? You know, like why are you doing this? Why I appreciate doing this, but I just want you in your own ways kind of share like what is it that made you gravitate towards the retreat and overall the Unite and Conquer mission, which is to unite English speaking Persian and giving us a both a virtual home and then also like live in person home through events and you know these kind of things. So what drew you to it?
Well, as you mentioned, we got introduced to each other through Sepide, my friend, who I adore and respect tremendously. And I had just moved to Miami, you know the story, and I was sitting in my room, and I have to make connections. I get to know people. I left like a whole community back in LA, my friends and my oldest daughter, and I'm like, okay, I have to start creating the same community here. And caring honestly is in my DNA. I mean, it comes naturally. It's one of my core values that I'm in a way actually proud of, that I can share that with people, with love and compassion. So when I was sitting in my room on my bed, Sepida called and said, I want to introduce you to this amazing person, and I think you guys will get along, and and you have so many things together in common. And I'm like, okay. So I called you. Literally the next day, I'm sitting in Bahçe, which is this cute little beautiful place of naturey, and you offered the amazing tea that your mom made, and the iced tea, and and I was sitting there listening to you, and you had so much passion and love for this project, and I could feel it coming from your heart, and that's very important to me. So we talked for hours, and then you introduced me to your lovely sister, and it was just so welcoming and so warm, and it made sense. And I personally believe in the timing of everything, even my move here and you and I meeting and retreat. Here's the thing, as they say, be careful what you wish for. In this
Right.
case, I'm so grateful. And my friends know I would say, I want to do retreats. I want to do retreats. I want to empower women. I want to, inspire people, not just women, but inspire. But also because I feel like, us as women, sometimes we feel like we don't have a voice to kind of empower them to come out more. So when Sepida said retreat, I'm like, retreat. Oh my God, yes, that's what I wanted to do. And here in Miami, I mean, what are the
Yeah.
odds? So,
What was so funny is, Bashman, I have to cut
no,
you off, but Sepide did a very good job of not giving too much information about each
yes,
other. And like when you were talking and everything you were saying, I was like, does she even know that we're putting together this amazing retreat and how we are looking to fill this void of somebody? And here you are checking off on all the boxes.
yes,
And so immediately I was like, man, this is just clicking so well. And
yes.
obviously anybody that Seppi vouches for me is all good. There's no
Mm,
background check needed. Like if
yeah,
Seppi is approving, then it's always going to be a great human being. So yeah, I mean, it just
exactly.
kind of worked out nicely, huh?
Yeah, and I love what you did with this project. It's has a professional business side, and it has a wellness and health side to it.
Yeah.
Which and I don't mean health and wellness like in a physical, um, form. It's more like mental, emotional, because we all go through, challenges and obstacles in life, and how do we take care of yourself? And I love the idea, that it's going to be done in the morning. We set the day, for other things and other groups and other activities that we have planned and you have planned. And I think it just literally landed on my lap, and I consider myself very lucky to be able to be part of this. And I'm so honored that you actually created this opportunity for me to be part of this amazing journey. I mean,
I,
that's all
I
I wanted.
I consider myself the lucky one, and we're all equally honored to have you a part of it. I mean, like we're all blessed to have really this great core of
Mm,
individuals that care, that want to help other people, that are willing to share their experience to uplift others. Like there's so much
yeah.
gratification in being able to just reach down and bring somebody else up that's been down there. So let me ask you, what is it in general? We don't have to go into too much detail, but what can uniters expect from when you lead the morning sessions? What are the different components that you're hoping to instill in the uniters? And, what do you want them to walk away with when they spend their Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning with you?
I am all for connecting people together. and I'm all for community. And especially, when I said that when I was 15 and I moved to Germany, I've been always like, in different cultures and like 3 continents. I mean, exposed to so many things. And I really haven't done much with my own community. And I guess, as you get older, you kind of revert back to your roots, they say. And I just love the idea that, and I know that's not going always to be exclusive to Persians, but I love this particular one that is my community, my culture, and we're gonna, have ways to connect. And I think with the yoga and meditation to kind of set the tone for that, and that's just, um, I just let people experience it. I'm not going to give too much away, but I'm also for this, like a movement, a movement, progressive movement where we can share our values and beliefs and interests and ideas. And I think this is the greatest platform that you actually making it available for people to do that, whether it's through yoga, meditation, whether it's through, one-on-ones and, other educational materials that you have, in place. So they can walk away feeling more connected, more valued, and yeah, and we get
I
to.
mean, there's a couple of words that you threw out there, community, which I love that we're building this mini community, like it really
Mhm.
is, it's truly in its infancy. And so the people who are coming on board are just believers of this community, that's one. And then what I'm hoping to do is that people become more comfortable in sharing their vulnerabilities and
Yeah.
sharing, like Persians, we always have so many walls up around us, that's just how our culture has
Hmm.
traditionally been. But I'm hoping that our generation and the next generation continues to open up, because there's a lot of people going through some incredible difficult times, and they're all keeping it inside, and they think that they're the only ones going through
Yeah.
those challenges, whether it's issues with parents or significant others or siblings or work. But the reality is that we're all on this roller coaster, and we're all are experiencing these highs and lows. And the more that we realize that there's other people that are in the same boat as ours,
Yeah.
all of a sudden everything becomes a little bit more tolerable, bearable, and you kind of have people help you navigate through those storms, and so that's really what I'm enjoying the most about this.
Absolutely. You said it. Vulnerability actually was my next thing. You're absolutely right. We don't have to do this alone, which most of us do, including myself. Like I always thought that I don't need anybody. I can do it by myself because I want to show what a strong woman I am. And, that is kind of like draining. And you're left, at the end of the day, even though we have this community, and as you said it, we all show up like everything is fine, everything is great. I have this, great life that looks on the outside, but internally I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And there is so much. I always say that all of us are a container walking around. And when, if you imagine a glass of water, and when you pour water and it overflows, so where does it go? So we're the same way, when the container is full, where do we go? And we have such a shame. That's another thing I want to mention with, goes along with vulnerability, about things that happen to us, including myself, and not being able openly to talk about it. And I'm hoping that through this retreat, we
Yeah.
get more comfortable and to get to that vulnerable, transparent place, and deepen that connection that, we can openly talk about our struggles and obstacles. So
There's definitely a strength and vulnerability, and as Seppi, who's watching, we are better together for sure. Uh,
yes,
sp-
happy.
speak, speaking of together and community and unity, I myself am not a big yogi in a
Mhm.
sense that um, I haven't been a regular, but I've been open to it. And one of the things I'm really excited to, and I know Kia as well, is that, we want to get into it because we see everybody who does it talk about all the benefits, and even myself, hi, Nikki, even myself, who have, every time I've done it, I've ended up enjoying it, but I just can't
Yeah.
get into a rhythm. The one thing that maybe some entrepreneurs are thinking is that, do I have to be experienced to actually be a part of this, or a yoga session that you're having in the mornings, is it something that all of us can do, even though like we've never done it before?
Absolutely. You know, the most beautiful thing about yoga is that when you're on your mat, actually, that's, you know, my teachers always told me, you don't look around. You don't look around and see, you know, who's doing, you know, handstand and headstand and, you know, oh my God, I can't even like, you know, a stretch. So it's not about that. You in your space with yourself. So you are uniting with yourself. So it's not about this physical, there's quote that says yoga is not about tightening your, you know, but it's about connecting deeper to yourself. So it's not a workout, you know, even though
Yeah.
some people use it, power yoga, but it's more to unite with your inner self. And that's the most beautiful thing. I mean, I can't describe it unless you experience it. So
Right.
you're going to be fine. I'm not going to have you, you know, do a handstand, as I said,
Thank you.
but it's a little bit every day, you know, and when you see how good you feel afterwards, you want to do it more. It's like exercise, you know.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah. And
So we get to unite with each other, with ourselves. We get to unite with each
and
other. پس دیگه چی بهتر دیگه. Come on.
yeah,
It's
I,
great.
I think it's very important in a setting like this to really look past our, you know, difficulties and our struggle, our imperfections. You know, Persians, we all want to be perfect, you know, and I was a perfectionist, and that's not a compliment, you know, because that's also you know, sometimes you're like, okay, I want to be a perfect mom, perfect wife, and then things happen. You're like, okay, then you immediately go to a place like I failed, and you start beating yourself up. But now I have learned through these years that actually imperfection is beauty.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Imperfect is perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I
Perfect.
mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And again, I'm so grateful for Seppi for connecting us. You know, this retreat is that much better with you being a part of it. And I just I feel the energy that you bring into what you're doing. You genuinely want to help other people. And that's what I want to do. That's what Kia wants to do. Nikki, Azad, Sanas, the whole crew. This is all
Every,
we're trying to do, is that in our own ways, we want to bring some type of value to other people, because there is no better gratification than to be able to give. And so I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate your time. Is there anything else that I missed that I should have shared from our conversation, or did we cover everything?
no, I think you covered everything. I just want to finish with a quote that, you know,
Yes.
my thing is love. Everything you do, you know, coming from love, you know, for everybody, for all human beings, you know. After all, we all come from the same place. We're going to go back to the same place. So there's a really good quote from James Baldwin. It says, love takes off the masks that we fear we cannot live without, and no, we cannot live within.
Amazing. I
Yeah,
love it. I
I love
can't
it.
think of a better way to end it. Very poignant. And so, yeah, so let's leave with love. There's going to be a lot of love here, April 28th through May 1st in the beautiful city of Miami. And so for
Yes.
all of you watching, if you're Persian and if you're an entrepreneur, just do us a favor and click the link in my bio, get some more information. If you are not an entrepreneur, if you're not a professional, you can still be an incredible ambassador of what we're doing by simply spreading the message. You know, if you want to see our community become as strong and vibrant and as collaborative as you want it to be, if you want to see Persians working together, thriving together, building communities together, preserving our culture, our art, our music, our history, then this is what you all have to do, is to help us spread the word, because we're a tiny and mighty team for sure, but we still need a lot more support and love, as the wonderful Behjat just kind of shared with the beautiful quote.
Oh, thank
So
you.
so thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and I cannot wait to see you soon. I'll definitely see you before April 28th, but definitely April 28th or May 1st for the Impact Retreat.
Thank you, Imagine. Thank you. It's an honor to be part of this journey, and I cannot wait. I'm so
Thank
excited.
you so much. Enjoy
Thank
the rest of your night.
you. You
And
too.
as Behjat signs off, everybody else, friendly reminder that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, my guest is going to be Nikki Emadi. She is a dear friend as well. She's a therapeutic coach, and she's going to be dropping a lot of nuggets about the things that she's going to be covering and why she cares about the retreat and why she cares about the United Conquer mission. So stay tuned for tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And again, Friday, March 11th, Charshamba City, University of Maryland. Hope to see you all there. Kia is going to be there too, and Yazdan. Shabbat Mecher, Chodafis, much love. Be well.
Thank you to my friends for joining, and thank you for your support. Love you all.
Definitely. Shalom John, thank you. Sepi, thank you. Much love to you all. Minu John, thank you. Minu John, the address, if you just click the link in the bio or message me, we'll provide you the information. The link is in the bio, but feel free to message me or Behjat directly for more information. Thank you all. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Click the subscribe button, hit that bell, and see you all soon. Unite and conquer.
Bye.